new WWE for 2024, Cody Rhodes winning at WrestleMania, and Mercedes Moné's next move revealed. Maybe, until another report comes out saying the exact opposite. I'm Oli Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
Much like your basic cousin on Instagram who blamed everything wrong in their life on just the fact it was 2023, but 2024 is going to be so different. 2024 is his year. He's finally going to open his own vape shop. There's too many vape shops in the street you're looking to open on already, Ian. Maybe just stop getting fired from your retail jobs. Endeavour has also declared new year, new me. Or should I say, new year, new WW me. It's a pun. Despite the WWE sale being first announced in April 2023, the corporate merger, which saw Endeavour take a 51% stake in the new company TKO, which contained WWE and the UFC, the deal wasn't fully complete for another 5 months, finally being closed in September. Yet it's only now, another 4 months after that WWE is finally completing its transformation into a post-Vince McMahon world, even though Vince is still one of the main owners. Initially, that feels like a pretty drawn-out timeline. Triple H first took control of WWE Creative on Vince's first departure in July 2022. The effects were felt instantly, as the promotion would go on to arguably their greatest run of premium live events in its history for almost a year. Morale reportedly improved backstage, and weekly television started to clear WWE's very low bar of just making sense. But like any good horror movie, you think you've killed the monster, but you actually only wounded it, and it's going to come back even scarier with a creepy moustache for a whole other final act. You could argue Triple H and WWE CEO Nick Khan couldn't fully realise their vision because of the looming, shoulder-padded ghost of McMahon leering from forced exile. Many Vince loyalists, like longtime head of production Kevin Dunn, were also still in their roles. But the Endeavour deal Vince potentially pulled off to regain control of WWE didn't work out that way. Instead, Endeavour have empowered Khan and Triple H to make changes, particularly to the old regime, mindset, and personnel that McMahon had entrenched. These New Year's resolutions came into effect even before 2024 started, with news that Dunn was leaving WWE. PW Insider have reported many felt his exit was because he felt disrespected for being a Vince McMahon guy, with the relationship getting ugly in his final month post handing in his notice. The Wrestling Observer newsletter has added Dunn actually made his decision 2 months ago, so just over a month into the full Endeavour era, when the new parent company started wanting to make budget cuts to improve profitability in the department and started making decisions on the production side without relying on his opinions. With Dunn's divisive visual style gone, which can be summed up by saying, all the crash zooms, we might be pointing back to the Day One Monday Night Raw special in the future as the moment Triple H's more NXT presentation fully realised itself on the main roster. And it's not just a literal new look for WWE's programming. If Nick Khan has his way, it'll be a whole new way of operating behind the scenes. Dave Meltzer reported in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that both Khan and Triple H are seeking Japanese allies to partner WWE with. The first step of this plan has already been executed when NXT star Charlie Dempsey wrestled for All Japan Pro Wrestling on January 3rd. Apparently, WWE are also targeting both the women's promotion Stardom and its partner company, the third biggest promotion in the world, New Japan Pro Wrestling, who are kind of in a relationship right now with AEW. Fightful Select has now added what they've heard about this story, with several sources noting WWE was in a new era and things could be done a lot differently. We're leaving the Vince age and entering the Hunter Khan epoch, which hints at significant changes in how they'll be doing business. McMahon didn't just refuse to work with other wrestling promotions, he often actively ignored their existence on WWE programming. That's why CM Punk saying, maybe I'll go to New Japan, maybe I'll go back to Ring of Honor, was such a big deal in his 2011 pipe bomb. You never heard other promotions referenced in that time. Not with you kids nowadays with your Forbidden Doors and your Tickety-tocks. You don't know how hard it was in 2010! Perhaps because of NXT's original mission to discover and develop new wrestling talent, Triple H had to think differently. He needed to look outside WWE for the next superstars. And, as a huge fan of the old territory system, he brokered working relationships with Evolve, British Promotions, Progress and ICW, and Germany's WXW. He would even bring in wrestlers on a freelance basis, like Jushin Thunder Liger, Kota Ibushi, and Zack Sabre Jr. Appearances unthinkable under Vince McMahon's main roster. Nick Khan seems to feel the same way, with Fightful revealing he had spoken to New Japan's Rocky Romero about a partnership years ago, likely early 2021, which was reportedly a way to keep Bryan Danielson in WWE. But Vince would quickly shut down any discussions about working with them. It's unlikely even Triple H and Khan can make a WWE New Japan Forbidden Door scenario happen now, though, because of New Japan's strong partnership with AEW. Fightful writes that neither side sees it happening, but it is at the most possible point that it's ever been, with WWE showing consistent interest and a change in management at the very top of New Japan, with Hiroshi Tanahashi becoming its new president. At some point, if Tanahashi feels WWE can be trusted or grows frustrated with AEW just taking all their top stars, in a pure business sense, New Japan partnering with WWE will be far bigger for them. Even then, though, the culture of Japanese companies is to prioritize loyalty, which is why New Japan had stuck with Ring of Honor and CMLL for so long, despite those relationships not making the most business sense. In the meantime, WWE will have to plug away at convincing New Japan that they're a new person. They've changed. They're not going to keep cheating on their girlfriend anymore. Look, seriously, Ian, sort your life out and stop cheating on Tracy. She's a nice girl. Fightful writes that early signs between WWE and All Japan Pro Wrestling are positive, with their All Japan sources being happy with Dempsey's performance and conduct. That said, they're understandably wary of the, until very recently, giant evil corporation and are adopting a cautious wait-and-see strategy, which is coincidentally what I advise us all to do about Cody Rhodes beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, because it's a never-ending story. Cody lost to Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania 39, a decision so unfathomable at the time, someone threw a rubber chicken in the ring. But in WWE's defense, their business has gone from strength to strength in the year since, and Cody has continued to rise as one of the company's top stars. Unfortunately, though, the chances of him finishing his story are caught between The Rock and a hard place, as Dwayne Johnson has now set himself up for a match against Reigns. While that could happen at the WrestleMania-sized Elimination Chamber in Australia, it's largely expected to take place at WrestleMania itself, which could take priority over Cody's championship match. Cody, however, remains unperturbed and has posted a silhouette of Rocky on his Instagram story. For the benefit of CM Punk, who has never seen a Rocky movie, not his fault! This is significant in 3 ways. Number 1, Rocky is famously set in Philadelphia, the site of WrestleMania 40. Number 2, Rocky is sometimes what people chant at The Rock. I don't know what that means, I just kind of thought of that one. And C, in the first Rocky movie, Rocky lost to the dominant champion Apollo, but in the sequel, he manages to defeat him. Yo, Adrian! I did it! That's how he sounded. The story could be as many of us expected. Cody lost at WrestleMania 39 to set up a bigger story and rematch, finally beating Roman at WrestleMania 40. There's many ways to build this. You could win back-to-back Royal Rumbles, you could win the Elimination Chamber, or you could turn into wrestling Oprah. Cody has gone on a heartwarming run of granting fan dreams recently. First giving away a Christmas tree to a fan in the crowd at Raw's festive special, then giving the Wrestling Club, a school club of young wrestling fans, tickets to WrestleMania XL. And now, at WWE's 6th of January live event, he did this.
There's a very unique sign. It says, Cody, be my best man. What should I say? I will indeed be your best man.
Cody did go on to say it's going to be a logistical mess, but they'll figure it out. It's a news story to finish, and I bet by the time that magical wedding happens, maybe later this year, maybe next year, Mercedes Mone will still be debating whether to go to AEW or WWE. After Fightful Select reported on January 1st that the former Sasha Banks in WWE, Mercedes Mone, was set for an imminent debut on AEW, with conflicting reports coming out that a WWE return remains a possibility, Dave Meltzer has now written, "What I know is that AEW does expect her to start on TV soon, but as noted, until it happens and the contract itself is signed, I wouldn't consider anything 100%. What are the 10 worst wrestling entrance themes of all time? There's some real stinkers. Some aren't even technically music. Click the video on the right to watch tables, lists, and chairs.